Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today in top 300, 500 Mythic or so, we're playing Jund Sacrifice. This deck's fun. We're going to grind with some people, we're going to have a good time. There will be some games where we just pop off, we're playing our cheap creatures, we're sacking the random enchantments to exile their big creatures, draw extra cards, we're attacking, we're pumping out goblin tokens every turn, we're having them sack their biggest creature, we're getting back a permanent from our graveyard to our hand, we're replaying it, Alicia comes down, we're getting back more creatures, Braids, we're sacking it, we're doing the thing, the deck's going to sing, it's going to be beautiful and amazing, we're going to do the Jund sack thing. There are going to be other games today. I guarantee it. I haven't played them yet. We'll find out soon. Where we got like 4 removal spells in hand against a control opponent. We're like, well, we're not putting on a whole lot of pressure because we're not an aggro deck, and we're kind of just sitting here doing nothing. Forge is our out to that scenario. I'm running 4 of it. For this specific scenario, artifacts are generally quite difficult to remove off the battlefield, so we're hoping against control, we hit a Forge and we let it go to town, and that can win. I think against any aggro opponents, we'll have very solid matchups. There are going to be some games where we take over and some games where we fall a little bit far behind, but if we can get into the grind pattern, this deck is certainly quite powerful. You can't do it all. The last thing you'd really want to shove in this deck is some kind of graveyard hate, because if the opponent goes turn 3 scoring emergence, like there's really nothing we can do. We're not fast enough to answer that. So you could try to shove in a Lord Skitter, you could try to shove in an Ooze or a Scrap Gorger, but the reality is you just can't do all the things all the time. You have to pick your battles, and we are doing Jund mid-range today. Here we go. We haven't played any games yet, so we are going to see how this goes. I think it could be okay. We just got to get some good aggro opponents, some good mid-range opponents. Even control with a Forge is okay, but scoring emergence is just not what I want to see this first game. If people want to really demoralize us, we'll play against them first. I think we have some decent comments today to read too. We'll have to check. I think we're going to try to read them off of my left screen as opposed to my phone. A little bit better format. Black Blood. Okay, this is definitely acceptable. We're on the draw. We have no removal, which is too bad. But such is life. Mono white. Hello. Mono white life gain. Oof, that's also going to be tough for us. We play the Sage here. They'll play a 2-drop that's too big for us to deal with anyway. I guess we'll see if we get removal next turn. So if they're Reanimator white, like, it's a really interesting deck that some things just don't have outs against. Like if we pick off all their creatures and they reanimate it, that's really bad for us. Some of our stuff is exile based though. Yeah, so there's turn 2 giant creature. Only has 2 toughness though. No blocks. 1 to the face. Next, Braids coming out. Play another fast land. And double down. We're going to need to hit removal real soon, though. So for mono white, which I prefer to Amalia, there's Shelter. That's okay. I mean, it's coming down pretty early, which means they have nothing better to do. Taking a chump here is okay. I think I'd rather wait till next turn. It'll get a bit better next turn. So we drop to 14. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, pumps out a chump blocker every turn. Whereas Braid, we get a little bit of draw here. I guess the thing we most need is to draw into removal. So perhaps that is more valuable. You can go, and if we're going to sack the Sage here, you can go too. Let's see if they give up the... I don't think they'll give up anything. There's no reason to. Look, I think they'll just give us the card draw. Okay, double Goblin. We'll probably take a chump block this turn. Let's see what else they play. Okay. Pride Mate as well. Yeah, we're going to need it removal real soon. It's not a good place to be for us. Probably chumping with the 1/1 here too. I mean, we can eat this. That was a throw. I think we are chump blocking here. We could throw away the miner to double Seer Slicer Goblin. Okay, they got greedy there. I doubt they have, you know, a way to take advantage of that attack. That's a card. It's really quite important. I don't think we can attack with anything, though. We could actually attack. We could just kill the Pride Mate this turn. It's a little greedy. I like being greedy, though. So we could sack the miners to kill the Pride Mate, attack, play the Goblin, get a blocker. Auto pay. Sweet. Get him for 3. It's 28. Let's go. Down to 13. We get a chump blocker. We could sack the miner here, I guess. Keep drawing up. Dude, miner putting in work. Sweet. Okay, we're in this game. Okay, that's okay. Take a 1/1 chump. So who we sacking Final Vengeance here? More land. Could either sack the Goblin or the extra braids. I mean, we'll probably play another Goblin this turn. So that could be the one we sack here. Or we could bring back the miner. I mean, the miner's put in a lot of work so far. I wonder if they'd trade with the Goblin. Probably, right? I think we're sacking the Goblin here. Auto pay? I think we'll take it back. I mean, it's been very useful so far. Get him for 3. To 34. Sack the Sage, I believe. Yeah, this one-of miner has been huge so far. Okay. 32 to 13. We're trying to do the Jund thing to hit a land. I mean, again, if they reanimate, we're kind of screwed. Do we trade here? I think you just let this one go. We like our sack fodder right now. I think you let this one go. Maybe we'll live to regret that at some point. I think they're out of gas, though. Ooh, more removal. We're definitely saving that. I think you guys can go for sure. We'll play the Goblin here. And I don't think we need to attack with braids per se. Okay. Pain land down to 11. Hold on to Final Vengeance. Hold on to backup braids for now. Could sack the miner. Here, probably. I guess we can sack this 1/1. I don't think we're blocking anything this turn. X-Mage is okay. Alright, there's our next target for removal. At some point maybe we do trade with the Hawk. That's nice. I think we're doing our minor trick here to start. Could also sack the Hex Mage, though, I suppose. Sack the token off the Hex Mage. There are lots of ways to do it. Doesn't really matter. Exile you. Target that. Alright. You guys can go. Leave back the goblin. At some point, I think we do want to hold back and block the hawk. We're down to 10. Keep sacking creatures. This is fine. Okay, even more life per turn. Yeah, maybe we start leaving this 1/1 back. Uh-oh, they're digging through the graveyard. Why are you looking down there, man? Don't start looking down there. Down to 9. More land. Alright, yeah, I think I'm tired of losing life. I think we'll hold back the 1/1 for here. Alright, you guys can go. We'll leave back the 1/1 this time. To block the flyer. Down to 15. Okay, sack you. Cool. Another hawk. Okay. Gain a life. Yeah, I think we're trading. I'm tired of losing life off this thing. It's okay with me. Not sure they run Return to the Past at this point. They're looking through that graveyard, though. They might. Dude, they're leafing through that graveyard. They're being very, very suspect there. Alright. What do we want back to block? Can't block the hawk anymore. If we do this... What's left? We have a single 1/1 to block one of these guys. That's not so bad. I think that's fine with me. Down to 3. Fast land. We could play backup braids if we really want to block her, but I don't feel the need to. Sack you. They can always sack their creatures. They dropped a 1 though. We hit a lot of land. We only run 20, but we're doing the thing. Let's see if they have Raised the Past. No, they don't. Look at that Jund grind go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We gotta win. We're top 500 Mythic. Let's go. Alright, what comments you guys got? What's good? One of you guys has a backup account for mono green. That's kind of funny. I don't know if there's a... The idea being green is so bad that you don't want to like ruin your main account, but you can tool around on like a free-to-play, no investment account. I don't know if there's a budget green deck you can make that's worth playing, that you would enjoy playing with just commons and uncommons. Opponent goes first. We got a 1-drop. We got Mirth. We don't have any removal yet. I think we're still keeping this. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you mulligan this. Okay, not sure what this is yet. Could be Oculus, could be Crab Beans. There's no stick at all, so there's no 1-mana bounce spells, including a Forest Dispersal. Blast Zone, that's probably going to be decent against us. I guess we can attack and Mirth here. Get him, baby. Get in there. Down to 18, let's go. And we don't really need green, but... I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Do you let it resolve? Yes. Cool. At least we have some removal, though I'm not sure we need it in this matchup. Sage can totally come down next turn, maybe with the Goblin or something. Moment of Truth. Feeling Oculesque. There's a comment about, I think this is worth addressing. The comment says, you interpret people commenting misplays as them harassing you, but most people just want you to be better and to help you. I like thinking through nitpicky play lines and be able to share them. Chess players talk through the misplays all the time, and everyone has a positive experience at the end of the day, even at low skill levels. Okay, I partially agree with this. Hold on, what are we doing here? I think we want to get the Sage down. We don't want the Forge countered. I think we'll go Sage and Goblin here. I don't think sequencing matters, really. If they have it countered, then so be it. I'm not sure there's anything else worth doing here. We'll be sad if they counter the Goblin, but such is life. We'll let it go. What if they level up the Blast Zone? Pick Lock. Nothing good to reanimate, though. So misplays, comments about misplays, I actually don't mind at all. And sometimes they're helpful. The reality is, I rewatch every single video before I post it because I have a unhealthy and unnatural paranoia that is going to sound silly. Oh, shit. That's not good. All right, well, that's the game. I mean, we can't do anything about this unless they whiff their infinite combo. I'll talk for a little bit while the infinite combo, and then I'll get bored and we'll quit. Both are KBOs. Just in hand? Are you kidding me? I have an irrational fear, and this is embarrassing to admit, but I have this fear that I will post a video, and I don't know how this would happen. This would never happen, but somehow I am nude on camera. Like I'm like walking around and I'm still recording and I don't check the video. And this would never happen, but I have to watch every single video I post before I post it because I have this irrational fear that I'll just be nude on camera somehow and it'll be on the internet forever and I'll never live it down. I don't know why I have that fear, but I just do. Which means I rewatch all of the games I play after the fact. And I would say 99.9% of the time, someone comments about a mistake, it's a mistake that I've already seen in the replay. Because one, it's just easier to spot mistakes from an outside point of view. And two, there's something about talking while you play that actually, I guess, devotes resources from your mind that otherwise would be focusing on playing well into talking and narrating. And sometimes I'm narrating one thing while I'm thinking ahead about something else. And so I misplay more just by talking. Which is to say, I do appreciate comments that are trying to help, but truly 99+% of the time, any comment you leave about a misplay is one that I rewatch before I post it because I'm afraid of being naked on camera. And I'm like, oh yeah, I see that. So that's fine. The thing I don't like is really the tone or how you're communicating it. If you're like, hey man, you missed lethal at this, you could have done this. And I'm like, oh, cool, that's true. Maybe I'll remember that for next time. Then, that's good. Or, I love card suggestions. Have you considered playing this instead? Like sometimes I actually haven't considered playing that card. And it's cool. And I like to hear people's different opinions. All that stuff's valuable. But if your tone is like, ooh, can't believe you made that mistake. Oh, I can't, you're so bad. Like, it's just about how much of a dick you're being. But if you're nice about it or reasonable about it or even just plain, I don't mind hearing comments about misplays. Like in general, in a vacuum, if I had to choose between not getting better and getting better, I would prefer to get better at the game. It's not something I'm actively focusing on. Like I don't practice in my off time. After every single game I play, I could like take notes and be like, I made this mistake, and I could reread my notes before the next day. I'm not sure what the structure looks like to become like if you were to become a professional Magic the Gathering player and go to tournaments and try to go to the World Championship and stuff. I don't know what that training program would look like to really become an excellent player. But whatever it is, I'm not doing it. So I would like to become, I would not be opposed to becoming a better player, but it's also not a core focus of mine. I think I'm roughly good enough to play at, a high level in Mythic without needing additional training. But I would love to get better in general. This is weird. We have no red. We have Deadly Brew, so at least we have a removal spell. I guess we'll keep it, but boy, we really need that red. Also, the minor Final Vengeance combo is kind of cool. Okay. Let's hope they don't kill the minor. It's not red. Here's another comment. I don't know what this one means. How do you balance acting and being a top MTG Arena player. Very impressive. P.S. Loved the role you played in Lord of the Rings. I don't really know what all that means. So we can know where to run while it's still pretty good. Which I think is pretty reasonable. It does not play around Monstrous Rage, so I think we're doing it now on the Challenger. And the next turn we can do Final Vengeance combo. We really need red though. We're gonna be a sad boy. I don't act. There's no acting. This is me. There's no alternate persona. There's no YouTube persona. This is also kind of an interesting thing that I think about sometimes. I'm really yapping. I was saying that I wasn't yapping, but today I'm just talking alone in a room to a camera. Let's hold on and play for a second here. 4 to the face. Down to 12. Come on, give me red. No. We got nothing down there yet. I guess we Final Vengeance the hero away here. I guess we can attack first. Hold on. Get him for 2. Exile you. Sack you and just bring it back in case we need nowhere to run. We'd have to lose a life to do that. But maybe it's nice keeping nowhere to run around for another turn. I think it's a cool combo. Sack it, just bring it back. I think that's cool. Infinite fodder. I don't know if it's the optimal 1-drop or not. I mean, I have the Hexblade. That's from D&D. It might be called a Hexblade. Is it a Hexblade Warlock? Is it a Hexblade? It's a Hex Mage. It's a Spiteful Hex Mage. He could definitely be a Hexblade, though. I mean, it comes in with the enchantment, which is very easy to stack. I think the Infestation Sage is very good on draw, because you can still chump block and then still have something to sack. We have no red, so we're just kind of screwed here. I guess we can attack and sack something, but yeah, it's looking pretty bad for us. No red is a rough start, but we did keep it. Can't block with the miner anyway. And I think I'd rather do this than do nothing, but we're looking very close to dead here. They probably drop the Swift Spear, keep double strikers. We'll see what they're feeling. Yeah, that's what I would do too, probably. Let's see if it's rage up to the face. Yeah, there's no acting on my part. It's kind of an interesting mental hang-up. I feel like there's... Yeah, it's gonna hurt. We've lost this game. No red. Even if we had red, I'm not sure we would win. I mean, maybe if we got the Goblin down early, we could start pumping up blockers that might accrue over the course of the game. But, it's looking like an L to me. Down to 2. Shock face, burst lightning face. Feels like we're dead here. Yeah, it stays. There's an interesting thing where if you're watching a movie, you would want people to act. That's the whole point. You're watching the movie to be entertained. You're also watching YouTube, particularly this YouTube video, largely to be entertained. You're not mostly doing it to get better at Magic the Gathering. This is not a Magic the Gathering instructional video. You might learn as you go, and you probably will learn as you go, especially if you don't play Magic that often. You'll see lots of different decks, lots of different cards. But you're probably not primarily watching for education. You're probably primarily watching because you enjoy gameplay. Opponent goes first. We have no 1-drop. Very slow against mono red. We could have them sack a creature. I feel like we have a lot of 3-drops. We're really far behind on the draw with no 1-drop. I think I'm tempted to mulligan this. I really would like a 1-drop in the opening hand. I think this is better. We could bin one of these guys. Either the Hex Mage or the Miner. I mean, technically the Miner goes slightly better with the Brew. Although having a decent target to sack. We're going to do it like this. I like our 3-drops. They answer different solutions. It's Boros aggro. Really not ideal. Any which way you slice it. But generally, you're probably watching this to be entertained, and so it's not rational for me to want to be like, oh, I should not act because acting isn't authentic. but you're here for entertainment. So that doesn't really make sense. And yet I do have this feeling of, I don't want to be a character. Like I think probably I think a very successful strategy for being on YouTube is to be at an extreme, either very positive or very negative, or exuberant in some fashion. I guess we attack and sack here. Just slow him down a little bit. But I think there's a competing interest where people actually do like authenticity on YouTube to an extent. But if I wanted to, I could. I mean, not that I have any acting skills per se, but if I wanted to, I could certainly train it up and, yeah, put on a show and, like, I've talked about this before, like, stomp around when mistakes happen or, like, I don't know, yell or scream. Like, there are lots of gaming YouTubers who will scream at the camera. Stuff like that. What are we doing here? Braids? I mean, we need to draw into removal, and this helps us draw cards, so I think that's where we're going. We could sack a land, actually, which I think is reasonable for what we're trying to accomplish here. We like double black. I think we can get rid of red and green for the most part. Let's say they sack a land. You want to join us? Thinking about it. You want that land or not? They keep the land. We do hit a removal spell. That's huge. I mean, we might end up losing braids to this thing. We also might end up losing this very turn. Such is your fate with mono red. Nope, they got removal. We can still deadly brew that. We just won't get anything back. That's okay with us. We're looking to live. Hired Claw. That's not so good. We don't really have a choice here. I think we're just sacking the thing. I mean, I don't think playing the Forge is the right call here. I think you just take the removal spell, kill the Claw, leave him with the Slick Shot, die pretty soon. Anyway, long story short, I don't act. This is the actual me on camera. For better or for worse, I probably would be more successful if I put on a persona, either being like much more excited and over the top and dramatic, or much more negative. People would like that too, interest people. But for whatever reason, I don't feel a strong desire to do that. I'm basically dead here. We can play you. We could sack you and keep a blocker for the bow back and take 3 and hope they have nothing, and then hope to hit removal basically. Otherwise, there's not too much we can do. Okay. Invasion of Regatha. You don't see that one every day. Yeah, alright. That's fine. Overkill. They pick off my 1/1 too. Yeah. As for the Lord of the Rings half, I don't know. This person must be exaggerating it. 800 Mythic. Good God. This is what happens when you play a different deck every day. I don't know what role I would have played in Lord of the Rings. I don't think I particularly look like any of those characters. I think if I shaved my beard, I could look extremely vaguely Frodo-like, but I don't know what Lord of the Rings character I would be. Not sure. Your ex-wife. Alright, I feel like we're yapping too much. We gotta play more. It's okay. I keep this. I think we go Percussionist here on 1. I'll give them the hello just because I actually like their name. Mono green, that's what I like to see in my opponents. I guess we'll just get the Hex Mage down here. Okay, 1 to the face. Golgari. Yeah, we'll try Braids here, I think. Although Mirth could also be okay. Let's see what they want to do here first. We might kill someone. Make it easy for us. Get him. So there's some weird, like, 3/3 creature that inherits all of the qualities of the underlying creature. I think Deadly Brew will be very good against it. I think it's called Urborg Scavengers. And maybe when it enters or when it attacks, you get to steal all the abilities of a creature in the graveyard. Either that or the Reanimator, but I suspect this is what we're going up against. Attack Mirth the Percussionist. Sack the Mirth. What do we got here? Okay, I don't know if we'll find a target for that next turn, but we'll figure it out. I think we sacked the Mirth and Manifest, yeah? Manifest Dread, just get another attacker. Oh, they sacked enchantment too? That's fine. I guess we'll hide a second Braids under there, why not? Just in case they pick off the first, we can surprise flip the other one. 4 mana 4/4, gain 4 life. Spell ability controls cause you to discard it. Put it onto the battlefield. Alright, not relevant for us. Well, I'm not so sure what they are. So easy Final Vengeance. If we Deadly Brew, let's see. Turn another permanent card from graveyard to battlefield. Graveyard to hand. I guess we're burning the nowhere to run here. We could just get back like the Hex Mage or the Mirth. If we just Final Vengeance, though, we can also get the Forge down this turn. And getting that down early, I think sounds good to me. Let's keep putting on pressure. They could have Terra Sunder, which is one of the only cards really ever played in Standard that might deal with an artifact, but they'd have to consume a good portion of their mana on their turn to deal with it. That's interesting. Do nothing. Alright, your ex-wife. I think they kill the Braids and we secretly flip the face-down Braids. Is my guess, is what we're doing here. Oh, okay. Alright, I always forget that's a card. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, baby, Masker Worm. Are you kidding me? Well, we don't have an answer to that. -2. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Okay, game on. We have double Deadly Brew here, though. The game is not over. We do lose a lot of life. Double block. That's excessive. I don't care. Sure. Ow. Okay. Are we just double Deadly Brewing? I think so, right? So we'd get back a small creature. I don't think that's worth it. It would make Deadly Brew better next turn, but we already have the Forge out and they have to top deck. They don't have any creature lands, yeah? I think you just go double Deadly Brew and call it a day. Not get too cute with it. Next turn we attack with the Forge, we sack it to Mirth, we play Alicia. Like, next turn is good for us. Let's make him top deck a reasonable answer. We don't know if they're Reanimator yet. I'm still not sure what the Sire of Seven Deaths is. That's a card. Let's try to win soon. So if they reanimate the Masker Worm, that's pretty bad, right? It's an enchantment. I don't think we have any answers to that, yeah? Masker Worm's gonna eat... I mean, I guess it's the Forge here then, right? What else could they reanimate? The Sire. With lifelink. Yeah, I think it's just play second Forge, attack and draw, and try to look for an answer to the lifelinker. Because any creatures we bring out are just going to die to the worm if that's their plan. So here comes second Forge. Go to combat. Hit him for 4. play the Mirth. Drop to 5, which is hopefully okay. Too much land, thank you. Still, they're down to 3. They're gonna play the lifelinker, and then we need a way to get through it. We need to top deck. I don't think you want my graveyard, man. Take your 7/7 lifelinker. What are you doing? Yeah, there you go. That's where you want to be. Yeah, at least it doesn't have haste. Oh man, I really thought we were gonna win this game. We need a nice top deck here. Virtue was pretty good top deck on their part. Oh, the Zombify. Oh, baby. But how do we do it? They really top deck the Zombify too? Is there any way to do it? Has trample as well. Right. Hold on. So what permanent can we get back that we can play this turn? Braids would have him lose 2 life. Permanent. Disturbing Mirth? We could sack the other creature and look for another removal spell? Shit, dude. How do we get there? Running out of time, too. It's no attacks into the lifelinker. That's definitely not it. So we're definitely starting here. Sack this creature. 7 trample. I don't know if we can survive 7 trample. They'll get back another creature next turn, too. It'll be a Massacre Worm. It goes to the hand as well. We could get Disturbing Mirth, play it for 2, and try to top deck another answer. Too bad they're not at 2. We could force them to sack Virtue Persistence with the Braids. Can't do that, though. I think it's got to be Mirth here, right? I don't think there's anything else we can do. I don't think anything else potentially gets us there. Oh, we dropped to 3. That's bad, too. Oh, that's not good. Drop to 2. It's got to be removal off the top. It's got to be sacrifice-based removal. I guess this is fine. I mean, I think we lose here. That was quite the series of top decks. Nowhere to Run does not do it. This also doesn't do it. We have a 2/2 blocker. And they get back the Massacre Worm too. Yeah, we lose here. I don't think there's another way to do it, though. Damn. Yeah, that's game. They go get Massacre Worm. Kill our last creature. And then we just lose. I don't think there's any way to do it. Yeah, you got it. That was a sick top deck. Virtue of Persistence with exactly 7 mana. And then Zombify. Smuggler Surprise. Into Massacre Worm. Into Zombify. Alright, good game. I thought we had him. I thought we had him for sure. That was kind of a wild series, but they certainly deserve the win. We dropped a 969 Mythic. God, the losses are painful, but that's okay. That's what a different deck every day will do to you. All right, I think we'll call it here on that loss. It's okay. I still had a good time playing. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like the video. Keep leaving comments. I'm enjoying hang out with you guys and answer the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. I think 50% of you are subscribed, 50% are not. I'm looking at you. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.